Hey, good morning, good morning. Yes, good morning, good morning. And it is dark in my room here. I'm in the living room. And welcome, welcome. This is Spirit Journey. Yes, and today, wow, November 1, 2024. And it's about like, what's that? I think around 12:30 or 1:30 in the morning. I hope your day is going well. And I have some things on my mind, as usual. And I just want to express myself here. You ever watch something and you really you're seeing yourself in something? And that's what I see. And I'm moved. I entitled this live stream. Oh, God, I forget the exact name I just put it, but um, we're taught that what's happened to us, what happens to Black people. Well, that's not what's really happening. It's all an illusion about what we are, but it feels real. Um, but before I talk about that, what's starting this live stream, just a little update, just a little update about early today. And about my little boy Lavender, my little fur baby, just for a quick update. Um, I went to visit him yesterday. I had gotten a call um, that he was improving, and I was happy to hear that he got through the night. And no way, I didn't want my baby to uh, go through things alone. Um, Yeah, I was really worried, and rightly so, because when I did get down there, um, the doctor, the vet, said, something, I was actually, the vet was more concerned for the other day more than he let on. Yes, he uh, shared with me that what was that he had a fever or something, but he elaborated about his condition, what he thought as a vet, you know. Um, so it's really something how life could just overnight things could change. You could be again. My little boy was told he was cleared to get when a pet gets their teeth clean, they have to put them in under anesthesia. And so that there's always risks involved, even with humans. Um, I'm sorry, just getting my thoughts. Yeah, so wow. Just overnight things could change quickly. So I appreciate, yeah, because he was to do the surgery. I mean, I keep saying surgery, the teeth cleaning, and then he had to stop. He was about to, he was doing a final examination before it proceeds to put him on anesthesia, and he said he realized, hey, this is not a good moment. So I'm hoping, hey, yes, hello, people. As we got visitors here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, just a little update regarding lavender, and then I'm going to talk about what I really want to talk about. Yeah, so Lavender yesterday. And boy, I got to see a lot behind the scenes. You take for granted sometimes, like when you go to a doctor's office or your veterinarian, you're in the waiting room, but you're not seeing like it's a whole operation, a whole procedure. And it is, I mean, I was exhausted. I was exhausted being there. Um, the only thing I did was stay with my dog, and that was my plan. To um, I didn't want my dog to be alone in the cage, and I think he had gotten worked up before, and that his response could have triggered injury in his mouth because he was keep barking and barking, and it might have ruptured something, and a fever occurred. Yeah, he had a fever and no energy, and so no way that the vet was to do the procedure under anesthesia. He could die under it. So I wanted to just encourage the dog and um, have his fever go down. And so if he's calm and everything like that, and he did pretty good. I assisted with him eating and everything. The vet had him on an eating schedule every 2 hours, and I brought some fruit, well, bananas. Yes, my little boy likes bananas, and he didn't want to eat the meat, and even the meat that I prepared. So um, I like mix the meat with the banana, and so the banana was on the outside and the meat was on the inside, and he was able to eat, at least eat better. Okay, yeah. So before I left that yesterday evening, um, the vet said, "Hey, he seems better today, and in the morning." He's going to see if he's ready to get his teeth clean. Yeah, his teeth needs cleaning badly, badly. Um, so I was surprised at that. I was thinking maybe a week or so later, but hey, that's just what he was telling me, and I hope he really is ready. It'd be nice that he get his teeth clean now. Um, and he probably will have some extractions. Yeah, I see that it's a big responsibility, you know, these veterinarians, these medical facilities, some people, some doctors have to be the manager also. It's a whole operation, you know. So I told him, I said, I appreciate you allowing me to stay all day and watching over my dog and, just seeing the whole operation. Yeah, so that's all I want to say. So hopefully that, yeah, your prayers are wanted, people. Um, the doctor's going to examine him in the morning and to see if he's strong to get um, to go under anesthesia for teeth cleaning. And I pray, I should put my candle on. Yeah, I did uh, I lit a candle yesterday for lavender. Yes, hello, viewer. Peace and love to you. Yeah, I did lit a candle for my boy, my little fur baby yesterday. And I'm going to light one today in preparation for my little baby, my little fur baby, that if he is to get the procedure done tomorrow, this morning, uh, Rwanda time, that it be successful. So I'm happy about that. Um, let's see what else. You're I'm supposed to come by tomorrow morning, but I'm thinking if um, he'll be in the operating room, so I'm not, yeah, the surgery room. So, you know, I want to be there when, when and me have him on my arms. So I'll just wait out. If he does have it, then I think I might stay home, wait till the procedure is done, and then go over there. I'll feel it out. I'll feel it out. So, what this conversation is now going to be about, I just wanted to get the uh, update regarding Lavender, my dog. Yeah, this is going to be about about us, about who are we. I was just watching an interview with on Club Shay Shay with the comedian actress Monique, and I've seen it before. It was aired 8 months ago, so I probably saw it then when it first came out. But watching it again, I thought it might have been a new interview when I saw. I didn't see when it was, the full description on it because it shows you on the bottom part how long it's been up. I initially thought, oh, it's a new, a second interview, something like that. But no, this is the original one that I saw back some months ago. Who are we people? Yes, we many of us know the comedian actress Monique. And it really is a good explanation about life, regardless what packaging, what physical appearance we have. Um, I'll say up front, when I watched the interview, um, I saw myself in her. I saw myself in Monique. Now we're totally different personalities, and we really don't look alike. But see, that's all the illusion too about looks and things like that. What's going on inside people? That is what this moment of this live stream is all about. What are we all about? And that is the issue. Um, we go through life and we may say that we're Black people. I am a I'm a so-called Black American woman from America, and we in essence we play a role. We play a role. We can play many different roles, but we're one packaging. And but we might play different roles. We might play the role of a mother or a sister, uh, a role of a cousin, a role of a teacher, a doctor, an actress, a comedian. We play different roles. We can play different roles at the same time. So in a day we can play different roles. And watching Monique, I feel her pain, and I see me. I actually see me in Monique, even though we don't really physically look the same, but we may think because of what we look like that how could you maybe experience or feel inside the same way, and you may attribute the way that we feel. I hope I'm being heard. That we may attribute what we feel because of what we look like or sound like. But I'm listening to her, this actress Monique, the comedian Monique, and I feel her pain, and I see me in her. Um, I, yeah, months ago when I first saw the interview, uh, she was on Club Shay Shay, and she is telling the account of an incident that happened to her, and it seemed to over her. Um, she she did the movie. Oh, how could I forget the name? Precious. There was an agreement, and I think that incident, the contractual agreement, um, and she's a woman that's very upfront about things. Don't approach a person like Monique. Don't say something that you know is morally wrong, because she's going to tell. And some people may not understand and think, hey, why are you doing that? But you got to realize that why do people go up to other people? It's like going up to someone and say, hey, I want to uh, steal from this person, or I don't like the person, I want to take from them. And you laugh about it. Now, you could have kept it to yourself, but the fact that you went up to somebody and you thought in your right mind that that other person's not going to say anything, why would someone with that type of mindset want to tell someone? Because they want to feel clean, they want to feel justified, so that it's like taking the negative energy off of themselves, accountability from themselves, and then they put that accountability on somebody else. And that person is feeling it, and they say, no, I'm not gonna. See, they're relying on you to feel guilty and walk in shame with that. And that the how do you say it? The burden is no longer on the person who told you, but the person who received the gossip, or what the person's action is going to be. It's unfair, and it's a dirty thing to do to others. So anyway, watching Monique, she's very upfront with Club Shay Shay, um, and she shares her story. And I've heard her story several times on the surface. And I think it's part of the programming that we're taught about ourselves, that if you look a certain way, or maybe you come from humble beginnings, you're supposed to be grateful. Oh, you're a black person. Well, you're supposed to be grateful if you get your foot in Hollywood, or any type of thing that is has a high monetary potential. Okay, you're supposed to be grateful. And so in her career, she realized that she was getting a raw deal. She also shared on Club Shay Shay that she did the comedy show called The Parkers, and I do remember that show, the title name. I wasn't really a viewer of the show, but I know I've seen parts of it. But yeah, it came out a while ago. And she shared that, she didn't really know the business aspect of the business with television or movies, and what you're entitled of, what monies you get with certain, like, syndication and some other terminologies that they mention at a certain point. And when you get to a certain point, that's where the money comes in. Okay. And she also, I guess, when you hit a certain level, um, with a successful TV series, um, you get a certain amount of money for each episode. And she shared what money she got with each episode. Now, for the regular person, who's not in the business, uh, the amount of money, she mentioned was about $55,000 per episode, and she did, I think, 22 episodes. And when she realized when she was at a certain level of, um, according to what status the show is on, she was supposed to get certain monies or negotiation because you reach like a milestone on that television program. And when she found out what she should have been getting, um, she was upset, and rightly so. She rightly and correctly was to get a certain amount of money. And then so that was early in her career. And then some incident with Tyler Perry. I forget that was it Tyler Perry or another gentleman, another individual. The, that she had a she had a recording, and in her state, it was legal what she did. She says, and I guess that's why she wasn't sued for doing so, but it would have been her word against that man's word. And since that other person is more influential and has the monetary means to control others, um, most likely he would have been believed over her. So, um, so even though, as she words it, that because she is a so-called fat Black woman, she should be humble and just accept what is given to her. But see, what she didn't say was that she is a smart woman. And regardless of your packaging, it is your wisdom and knowledge of a subject that can protect you and could, I would guess, catapult your career or your financial gain in a career, regardless what your career is. So, how she is a smart woman who just so happened to be heavy set and brown complexion. So, yeah, her looks has nothing to do with it. It is what's inside. And so, this is where this live stream is really about. What is inside an individual? What is inside? We are soul beings. She is a soul. She is a living entity who has the packaging or avatar. And we start to believe in what the avatar is. And the labels and the rules of the game. It's a game that we're playing. It's a game. And the game in the avatar, we agree that depending on depending upon what avatar, what we supposed to think about it, or what role play based on these looks or attributes. Yeah, and these attributes of the avatar that is chosen, whether we choose the avatar or the avatar is chosen for us, whatever what it is, we have it. And we live in the part of this avatar. And because it feels real, it feels real. What if overnight we turn from black to white in our avatar? You are the same essence in the inside, but the outside changed. So how will we then think about ourselves? Or what if we wake up one morning, let's say we're female, and then overnight somehow when you look in the mirror, you see a man, that we look like a male. And that's what we have to live society as this male. How will we feel about ourselves? How will we act according to what we see? Because isn't that what it's all about? We look in the mirror and we believe in what we see. And so with this Monique, the famous comedian, she's living her avatar and played the part in Hollywood as the fat black woman, as she words it. Are these avatars edifying for us? I've heard of that avatar, the fat black woman. And it kind of alarmed me when she was approached to do, it could have been a movie, and they were looking for a fat black woman. Now, how come? Okay, it kind of shook me. Well, how? I mean, one thing if the character was someone who wanted to lose a lot of weight, and so that would require a woman of a certain girth. If that character isn't based on someone who wants to lose a lot of weight, or let's say a skinny person who wanted to gain weight, you know what I'm saying? But it was like an archetype. Okay, we want this such and such type of woman to play this part, and we have some people in mind. And it just kind of shook me that, wow, we're actually Hollywood is actually doing that, presenting avatars. And I would not think that, wow, that you choose an avatar like that and for what they call the Black community. And it's like, wow, Hollywood, I mean, to to go in an industry that is going to take your avatar and present it in a way that is it edifying? Is it something that's beautiful? Is it something that creates peace and harmony within that individual playing the part, or the community of people who may look like her? How does it help her? How does it help the collective who mutually have the same avatar as she, Monique, the famous comedian actress? And it got me thinking. And also, it got me thinking, you know, when she's expressing herself and how yeah, I remember back, like this interview with on Club Shay Shay with Monique. This was initially aired on YouTube 8 months ago, and I know I saw that around that time frame. And it's it's wow, it's harmful, it's like poison. And she's being projected, I felt, when watching her, like she's a villain. Hey, Cheeseburger, how you doing? She's being presented like she's being a bad person, but is she? Yeah, and I remember back then, around 8 months ago, she's perceived as being, like they called her. Well, part of the drama in this interview that she is expressing. She's sharing what people were saying about her, that she should be grateful, and that she was, what's the terminology? That they were saying that an individual said that she's difficult to work with. And in saying that, she, in essence, got blacklisted from the industry. And it's a shame that you use the term blacklisted for a black person, but we all heard of the term, and well, she it hurt her career. It hurt her ability to get certain roles, and she shared a lot of stuff. And I'm thinking, what would you do, people, if you were if something like this was done to you? If someone said something about you and made other people not want to hire you, or let's say other people might have been threatened that, let's say you might have someone in life who says, hey, I don't want so and so to get X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to threaten anybody who hires an individual that I don't like or whatever, you know? And then you wonder, hey, what's going on? I see a lot of me in Monique, and um, I've been in a situation, and I spoke out on a manner. Yeah, I remember one time I was in a dentist's office, and you go through the procedure like you go to the front desk, you say, hello, my name is so and so, I have an appointment at such and such time. And so what happens next, they give you papers to fill out, and then you hand the papers to them. And what happens at that point, that paper goes into the section of patients who have registered and they're waiting their turn to be seen. But I notice, like I usually come a half an hour early to my appointment, or sometimes even an hour early, because I know I have to do paperwork, and I like taking my time filling out the paperwork and then handing it in. And um, so let's say it like a half an hour later, now it's my time, for my appointment. But that time came and went, and it was a half an hour after my appointment time. So I just went up to the front desk and I said, say, I had this such and such appointment at this time, and it passed, and I came early. Um, how come I wasn't seen? And I just wanted them to, remind them that, yeah, I'm waiting for my appointment, and I didn't think I did anything wrong. And yes, happy Halloween. Yes, happy Halloween, people. So guess what happens? I think the head nurse or someone management came to the front desk, and the person that works the front desk gets angry and says, "Well, how come she can jump the line?" Or blah 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 blah. These other people came before her. And I said, wait a minute, I came early and I have an appointment. And my appointment came and went, and I wasn't called for my appointment. I don't want to wait. And some people don't see the person didn't put my work into the tray of people who came in for the appointment. She did absolutely nothing to process my paperwork. And that's what I noticed. And that's why I spoke out, because I said, hey, I'm just looking at the girl that I handed her my paperwork. So it's going to look like I never showed up. But I did. And I spoke, and I spoke respectively. I just said, I had a 12 o'clock appointment, and it's 12:30 now, and I'm waiting for my appointment. And I remember I also, when the lady at the front desk displayed upset with me, that who does she think she is that she has to be seen right away. Oh, how did I word it? Oh, what did I say now? I just forgot. Oh, I said, I'm not the other people. I'm not them. And if they don't speak out for themselves, that's up to them. but I am me and I'm speaking out for myself. I am responsible for myself. I'm not responsible what happens to those people who have an appointment and they don't speak out. Yeah, and other things like that has happened to me. And even people that were close to me have projected the same sentiment as they have projected upon um, Monique, the comedian actress. So I'm listening to her, and it's really something with when you're looking at somebody and you start to see yourself in them, and you start to see, wow, this is what people may see about myself. And you don't see it because you don't see yourself. You look at others and you see what you see. You know, you're not looking in the mirror. But when a reflection of yourself is shown to yourself, you see what it looks like. And it's it's all like, I mean, it's really playing a role. And Hollywood, you know, is about playing a role. And that role could hurt you. But that role is giving you money. I guess when we playing a role, it certain things has to be agreed upon, and that's what a contract is for. You agree to play a part for a certain amount of time, that certain things are said or done, and a payment. And when none of those things are done, then it's a break in the contract. And that is what's hurting Monique. There's a break in the contract. Also, what was explained in an incident with Monique was that a betrayal of someone that she knew, and that the there was an understanding between, a professional relationship, and a betrayal was done. Wow. And I can feel that too. Yeah, it's like I see. Yeah, have any of you out there, have you ever been betrayed? And betrayal goes beyond because what you look like. I mean, these are excuses why people do what they do. Oh, well, what you look like, or where you come from, or because of your gender, or because you're political, this or that. And it goes on and on and on and on. And we believe this. I believe this. We've been programmed to believe certain things about us, programmed through the avatar we take, you know. And I'm thinking now with all this, and this year's almost up. It is November now. I can't believe this, people. It is November, November 1st. And this whole year was about role playing. Some people play politician. Some people play the good guy, the bad guy, the good girl, the bad girl in politics. And it's all like a role play. Like we're acting. And but the things we're believing, these parts that we play. In a couple of more days, in about 4.5 more days from now, will be the election, the presidential election in America, the United States of America. Wow. Wow. And it has been played up so much. hyped up so much this avatar of politics, of citizens, and that, let me just sit up, that we're playing a part. And I'm hearing people say things that um, I've never heard, that allegedly so and so said such and such. And I know so and so never said such and such, but we believe it. I mean, I want to believe that this person thinks that that so and so said such and such. Can people actually be lying and just outright lying on someone? But either way, whether you believe someone said something or outright lie about something, the outcome could be the same and it not go well for that person who is being lied on or is being told upon. And we listen. Either way, what we say and what we do have outcomes. What outcome are we as a nation, as Americans, what is the potential outcome of the upcoming presidential election? It is based on storytelling. The stories could be true or not true, but it's the perception of those stories that we may believe or want to rally for or against. That is the question. And I'm thinking, with all what I've been hearing for the past year, especially, yeah, I'm in Rwanda right now. I've been here. I originally moved down here December of last year, 2023, and then I briefly left and came back in January 2024, and been here since. And it's just like the honeymoon is over. And it's like we're seeing what we're seeing. And I'm seeing the media. I'm seeing the social media. And social media is taking sides. And the sides may not be based on truth, but we're living it. And we're experiencing the outcomes of social media. We're acting out. We're acting in ways that I've never really seen the intensity of it all. These behaviors, these anxieties that we get. I mean, man, especially the past 4 years from 2020 until now, 2024, that's 4 years, four full years, going on 5. And it's like, what is the next chapter, people? And part of me left the United States because of the things that I heard of the possible outcome. And for me, the possible outcome was based on the remote viewers. About 2 years ago, these remote viewers um, said that they saw the U.S. in a really bad state. They said specifically Washington, D.C., that its demise physically. And I said to myself back then, about 2 years ago, I said, wow, I know I don't want to be around if that's going to be the case. I mentally couldn't cope with the idea that something could actually happen like that in America. I always thought of America as being the strongest and eternal nation. And overnight, something could happen and disrupt. our nation. The United States has not had I mean, outside of 9/11 slash September 11th, the destruction of the World Trade Center and those other locations that happened in America on that particular day. Um, who would have thought something like that could happen? And I think that's why it shocked a lot of people. And if 9/11 could happen, it could happen again. And something even bigger could happen. And it seems like uh, that there's more at stake what could happen in America. There is so much, I think, money that is invested in something to keep something in check or to change it. You have two sides, two oppositions that are at play. And some of those individuals are playing very, very dirty. And I can't believe that we're acting like children in the matter. We're acting like little toddlers in the what they call the sandbox, acting horribly. We have so much as a nation. And my fear, like 2 years ago when I first heard about the potential demise of Washington, D.C., I said, I don't want to be around if it's to happen. I mentally cannot cope with something like that. Um, we as a nation, we've, we've seen things on television. We've seen countries that have been, you know, BOMBED. We've seen it on television. We've seen it all. We've seen nations in the Middle East. We've seen things in Central America. We've seen people on bread lines. We've seen floods. We've seen things unspeakable. We've seen things in the Caribbean, people being chopped up with machetes. We've seen things, and we think as a nation, we're better than that. We wouldn't go like that. Anything's possible these days. Anything. And I'm in shock. I'm sad because I'm like looking at myself, like I was just mentioning about Monique in the Club Shay Shay interview that was done 8 months ago. And I'm looking at Monique and I see, you know, she's playing a part and I see inside of her. I like her. I like like she mentioned in this in this interview, there's the woman behind the scenes and then there's the woman on stage. She said when she's on stage, she's playing her role. And that role is what she's being paid to do. But then there's the private part of her. She's a married woman. She has children, I think, etc., etc. She's all these different things, but she's a human being. And I'm watching her, and I don't see anything really wrong with her, but yet we're taught that we're not supposed to respect her. How does she speak out? Just like when I was at the dentist's office and I came early and my appointment was there, but I wasn't seen at my appointment time. And when I spoke, because they were half an hour late, I said, hey, and it was just an FYI to remind them that I had an appointment and when I'm going to be seen. It's my right because I'm paying for it. and yet how I was made to feel. How dare I speak out? Who are you to speak out? And it's same as Monique. And other things like this, that type of concept happened to me before with other matters. And so when I look at Monique, I feel it. I feel what she might be feeling. And I'm also feeling society's judgment upon her as well. It's really something, huh? So, wow. And I just felt like because of that, I had to share, you know. Many of us, we may look at ourselves and see this, and it's not fair. And, life isn't fair. And um, why are we going to, when are we going to stop, say, I don't like this game? Are we able to change the avatar? I mean, change the rules upon this avatar that we've been given, or if we've actually taken chose the avatar? Is what's happening with this U.S. presidential election and other elections globally? Is it about changing the avatar, changing the rules behind the avatars that we play? Because right now things are going haywire. People, family against family, neighbor against neighbor, country against country, political party against political party. All these things are happening at once. Why is it happening at once? And I gave this analogy before about the uh, paper towels. You have the paper towels on the roll, but actually, I had originally said toilet paper, and you pull. Toilet paper to me is very, it's important, right? So you pull on the toilet paper or the paper towels, okay, whatever what you want to call it. What happens in the initial part of pulling on that toilet paper or paper towels? It's heavy, right? And you kind of pull with some type of energy because it's harder to move because it's so heavy. But you notice as you keep on, as days go on, and you're using that paper towel or toilet paper every day, and it gets lighter and lighter, and the wheel that paper is on moves faster and faster. Do you understand my analogy? It moves faster and faster, people. I see life, life in America moving faster and faster and faster. Life is moving faster. Life is moving like that toilet paper. You initially pull on it and the wheel moves slow. But when you get to the end, notice that the paper moves very, very fast. The wheel spins faster and faster. Our life is spinning faster and faster. I think the planet is moving faster and faster. And maybe the life was set up like toilet paper. Everything represents something else, right? And maybe it's designed just to do what it's doing. Maybe it's all part of the game. But why are we seeing? I mean, is this what really is happening? How is this game going to end? I am very fearful for what could happen in America. I am concerned about the safety of my family that's living in America, for all citizens living there, that people seem to be willing to do horrendous things because of election. Why the tenacity? Why such the animosity? What is working behind the scenes? Because if in every 4 years there is an election, and it's never been this way in the 40 years I've been voting. It's never been like this. People's families, people get divorced over political parties now. People um, could assault people who they really don't even know and argue one another because of politics. And it's like, wow, people are thinking about this avatar so seriously. Yeah, it's not good at all. It's not good. Um, People, we got to step back a little bit. I think we're believing in our roles too much. When you do certain things to hurt somebody, or to not hire somebody, or to threaten to fire someone, isn't that going kind of overboard? We're going overboard, people, in this game of life. Why can't we just be like the butterfly or the bird in the sky that's just soaring about? Or maybe even the bird and the butterfly are really the same thing. And, the animal kingdom, it is a kingdom, and it's a kingdom of hierarchy. It's a system of hierarchy. So on the outside looks very peaceful, but is it? Maybe I'm just deceiving myself to think nature is peaceful, until you're a butterfly or a bird or whatever. There is things attached to what we choose to become if this reincarnation is true. That's a little frightening, huh? It's a little frightening. I'm a little worried, people, you know? But hey, is this reality real? Um, I've been doing. I've shared in my walk videos that I've been doing the past week. Um, I've been seeing more and more things in my meditation hour, so to speak. Um, let's see. I mentioned, I think was it earlier today. Um, I didn't even realize that I was meditate. I mean, seeing a vision, so to speak. I was exhausted from walking, and I like after a good walk, I like just sitting down. I'm being real. I just like sitting down and watching a video, whatever, on YouTube. And I evidently fell into a light sleep slash kind of like a meditative type of state. Like I was aware that my monitor is on, the volume was loud. And then all of a sudden I see something, even though my eyes are closed, but I'm not dreaming per se. Initially, my consciousness shut off and then it turned back on. I was in a very, very light sleep. But at one point I was aware. The TV was on, I mean the monitor was on loud. And then I saw a person in front of me, as if it was a screen. And I saw a young woman between the ages 20s or 30s. And it was a white woman. She was blonde, curly like hair. Um, she had it kind of like bunched up on top of her head. And she's looking into something, it seemed. And she was attempted to put on her earrings. And I remember I was looking and thinking as I'm watching her, I said, oh, I have earrings that look something like that. I was thinking about these earrings that I had in the past. And, but I noticed like in the center was clearer, but a little hazy, but the peripheral of what I was looking at was extremely hazy. And I'm just looking very intently into it. And then I realized, hey, let me open my eyes. I realized at some point that my eyes are closed, but I'm like looking with closed eyes intently. And I realized, hey, let me actually open my eyes. And when I open my eyes, I don't see the lady, but a video was playing. I said, wait a minute, because I was just going to just forget about what I was seeing, because now my attention's on what's on the monitor. I said, wait a minute. And I realized I was seeing someone that was not on the video. And I realized I was seeing a vision. Wow. As I mentioned, that the veil of existence is getting thinner and thinner, I believe, and it is merging together. I mentioned in a prior video that I also saw military people. And I'm thinking that whatever was going to come into fruition, because the time is almost up, the time is almost up, that whatever what I'm seeing, I believe, is allowing me, well, yes, it is allowing me to see what I'm seeing. But why? Well, why see, excuse me, why see what I see if I can't do anything about it? Why am I allowed to see what I see? Am I to alert people? I mean, I might see something, but I never hear anything. So it's not like I can really tell people, because you need to get things in its context. Seeing something, but hearing and seeing something adds more flesh or validity of something. So what is happening? Why am I seeing what I'm seeing? It is amazing, people. I've never, growing up, experienced what I experienced, but I'm experiencing it now. I mean, I'm a grown woman. And it's just a weird, like, now it's just the visions are coming so much more easier through meditation. Do you meditate, people who hear this live stream? What are you seeing in your meditation? Does it seem real to you? Are you the participant of what you are seeing? See, that's another question. Are we living a parallel world? Are we? Are we living, what type of world are we living in? Just a couple of days ago, I was just relaxing, and all of a sudden I see like as if pages are coming, imagery are changing rapid fire in front of me. Why is that? Are these multiple lives that all of us are living? And they call it a point of attention. POA, point of attention. I know what I saw, and it was multiple images happening all at once. I couldn't really, it was so quick. I couldn't really register what I was seeing, but I was seeing. Are we all like, it's like reading a book. We pick up a book, we look at the book, we put it down. Are we selecting books to read, or deciding what we're going to be reading, and then we read it? Can we read more than one book at the same time? This is an important question, people. Hey, viewer, are you seeing more than one picture? Are you reading more than one book? Why are we choosing these books to read? How is what we're seeing benefit us? Why are we even seeing and reading these things? It is amazing, people. Like, as I mentioned, the analogy of the toilet paper or the paper towels. In the beginning, the roll moves slowly. When you get closer to the end of that roll is walking, moving fast. Imagine people, as people get older. I know of someone who is of that age, your person. And what happens a lot of time as we get older, we get tireder, right? And we start to sleep longer and longer hours. And what I speculate is that what's happening is that as we get older and sleep longer hours, that means that our dream state, or that maybe parallel world, whatever what it is, what dreams are, we're tapping into that. And I have a feeling that as we sleep, we are then, how do you say, preparing for the new point of attention in the game called life. Uh, are we playing a part of a man? Are we playing the part of a woman? Are we playing the part as a child? Are we playing a part as a bird? Are we playing a part as a deer, etc., etc.? Are we playing as an American? Are we playing as an Easterner? What are we playing? What are we paying attention to? Or some people say, we go in a classroom. We play a part here in the 3D world, and then when we transition over, we meet our what they call our we call it spirit guides or group family, things like that. And we, like, in a room, we meet each other in a room. We go over the game that we played, etc. I don't know. I don't know, but I see that in life, that there are multiple screens that are being showed. And a couple of days, I started seeing that screen moving very fast. And it happened like once before, many years ago. I was like physically tired, way before I was still a Christian back then, and into the Bible and everything. And I was so tired one time. Before my head hit the pillow, I was got like flashes of imagery, and they were all very clear. But what's happening now, what happened a couple of days ago, was not clear. It was moving so fast, and it was hazy. So what's happening, people? Uh, some people are preparing for the next role, I guess. Or some people, maybe they're meeting their loved ones. Like some people say, when, let's say, the person's parents are going to meet them on the other side or whatever, you know. Um, we're playing a part. And it's like let's say like in our physical body, our avatar, we're, let's say, 100% in our body. And as time goes on, the percentage of our essence is being moved and shifted over into another existence, another point of attention, another point of attention. And that's what I'm thinking, people. That is what I'm um, theorizing. Again, I don't know, but I strongly feel that you're going somewhere. The fact that in this 3D life, for us to be able to meditate and be at another place or see another person, all these different types of realities. And as a child, I just thought, oh, just a dream. It's just make believe. Or is it? Is what we see, is it just make believe? How could you create something that's make believe? How is it that we're able to retrieve the information? Like, let's say, oh, remembering what food you ate the other day, or remember the person who you saw the other day. So, how is that we're able to retrieve that data? That we're able to see in our mind's eye the place, the location, what was said, or what we're eating. It's it it exists somewhere. What we experience exists somewhere for us to what we see, or exactly what happened in the past. I think, wow, I really think that we are in, it's like a computer game. It is something, because I used to think things come and go, but the fact that we are able to remember things, where is this data stored? Where is it stored? Are we in the, like in the movie The Matrix One? Are we in a pod? Are we in an assimilation? And they're showing us imagery, and we think it's real. I mean, we're uh, bodies is used as fuel according to the Matrix. What if we're in assimilation within assimilation within an assimilation? If it's happened on one level, what's controlling the next level? It is something else. Wow, wow, that's all I can say. And it seems like the time is running out, and that's what's scary. Because I thought it would be a system in America that would be permanent. But this life in this current avatar is not permanent either. And if our life in this avatar is not permanent, then governance are not permanent either. And it changes with time. My experience with my pets that had passed away, I had no idea. I mean, oh, wow. Is this what it's all about? It's a time and season for everybody. I'm sad. Um, I really hope my little boy, my little fur baby, yeah, he used to get his teeth cleaned. His teeth look horrible. He had perfect teeth. And boy, this past year, honey, wow. I think for many of us people, have you noticed too something like an aging process happening quickly? Something that you have, and that you see time has aged it. People, relationships that have changed drastically, may have shut down certain relationships, certain associations. It seems like things are setting itself up to get to the another phase, and that phase is the end of the novel. Wow. It's blowing my mind this evening. It's really blowing my mind. But like they say, there is nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. And maybe it's all agreed upon. You have people that say, hey, I saw my my grandma, my deceased grandparents, or a loved one that you're married to, that they visit you on the other side. Wow. Who's going to visit you? Who's going to visit me? That is the story, boy. I don't know. Wow, that's all I can say. It's this game is playing very fast right now, and it's like I gotta just hold on. I gotta just hold on. Um, if this is a game, people, and again, seeing all that I'm seeing in these avatars, these meditation places, you could even, your consciousness could move outside of its body. It can. You could, what they call astral project, you can project your consciousness or your astral body in a foreign environment and meet people. It is amazing. Oh, yeah. There are different ways of seeing, and they don't want us to be able to learn how to see outside of the 3D world from your five senses. They don't want you to go beyond it. Even the religions, some religions, they tell you it's bad to uh, meditate. They don't want you to see outside of this system. And the more you believe about your avatar's existence, the more we can be deceived. So, what is the reality? They say we're a spirit being. Wow. I want to learn how to tap onto that spirit being so that I don't get overwhelmed with the things that potentially could happen to me in being in a foreign country. Or let's say if I go back to America to live, there are things that are going on there. And is it safe? Is it safe? And you know what is ironic, people? You know what was the last straw that made me move to Rwanda? When they tried to steal my little fur baby, my little boy. And here, my little boy, from day one upon arriving, has had a rocky existence. And I'm afraid for him. I moved here when they attempted to take from him, to steal him in front of me in broad daylight. I said, I'm getting out of here. And I did the paperwork and I moved. I do not want the thought of him passing away, going through what he went through. He went through a lot. In America, he lived as a strong alpha dog, a tiny little guy with a big heart, healthy, healthy teeth. Went to the dentist twice a year for him, his regular health exams, all that. I'm afraid for my little boy. I'm afraid of the reality whether his time is up. I made sure when I went out there on our nature walks, I wanted to expose him to many beautiful things. I thank you in advance, Lavender. Yeah, I'm gonna light another candle for him. Yes, I have to remind myself, yeah, I lit a candle for my little boy. And I want him to live in power and strength and wellness. He was always a pleasure to have around. Yes, please continue to pray for him. And whatever what his if it was his choice of avatar, his choice of he have a time and a season in Africa, that I hope he achieved everything that he set out to. Yeah, I want my little boy, and I would love to travel with him. I would like to travel to other countries in Africa, at least this one place, you know, because part of me back up, you know. Um, yeah, I want to understand what life is. Uh, yes, I want to understand the avatar. If it's something that I chose, I want to understand the avatar and the belief system in this avatar that I decided to take as the Black American woman. You know, I want to understand what it's all about. You know, being in Africa, Africa is just another place with people. And but we're made to think that certain places are really, really different. Is it different? We may look different, we may have different accents or speak different languages, but I'm growing to think that you know, human nature. Oh, that was the other aspect of it. Let me say it really quick, really quick. I remember now what was the point about Monique, the actress, comedian Monique, that she keeps saying in the interview on Club Shay Shay that came out 8 months ago. She, as a Black woman, she keeps saying, and that she was on an interview, this other interview, other than Club Shay Shay, and she was asked, "Oh, we do this game here, and the game is like, would you, what would you do?" And the person gave a scenario that was very perverse and insulting to her partner, her husband. It was crossing the line, and she keeps saying, "Hey, we're Black folk, and why are you doing that?" And you know, family is family, and you don't try to shame family. You're crossing the boundaries. And she had a point, and I think she is right. And but what stands to my mind is that concept. We as Black people, we as such and such. Why don't we stick together? Blah 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 as Black folk? Why don't we protect one another in the industry, you know, in the Hollywood industry? Well, you know something, what I realized looking at her in this avatar, she is a light being. Let me see here. Yeah, let me show you the picture real quick. Let me turn the picture. Okay. Oops. This is Monique. Okay. And I started looking at her in this interview she did 8 months ago on Club Shay Shay. Yeah, she has an avatar, so to speak, and she plays a part. She has her professional role and her personal role at home as a wife and mother, okay? But is that who she is? Is that who she is? And what I mean, okay? Now, um, like underneath this picture, there's other thumbnails of other videos that are playing underneath this, and there's all different Black people. And then I looked at them as well as Monique. We're assuming, and I said the same thing like Monique is saying about the Black community that I'm a member of. And how could they not fulfilling their understanding as a member of the Black community? Why aren't they protecting themselves? Why are they treating other Blacks and other people and portraying Black people in the media a certain way? Why are we doing this? I've said similar things in my life. Why are we treating ourselves this way? I believe so much at one time that if I left racist America, and go back to Africa, that I would live a happy, utopia Black life, that all the other Blacks here would be in a utopia state. Well, you know something, people? Thing. And people do anything because the game of Avatar could deceive us to think and make us afraid and want to get things out of greed. And we become dependent on the avatar rather than maybe seeing the avatar for what it is, that is just a part, but we're believing it. We're believing what this avatar says about us, and we deprecate ourselves. Us being a so-called Black person is really no different than them being white people. How do they treat one another? It's in the context. It's in the context of what you're surrounded by. And all things done and said, you're going to resort to the avatar and every negative emotion. And that concept scares me. I'm listening to her and I'm hearing her say over and over again about the expectations of the Black community that we need to stick together. I've heard that argument a big part of my adult life, and I've said the same things. And I've even said buy Black. I have. I had gone out my way one day in New York City, where I'm born and raised, and I went to a very Black community, uptown, way uptown, and I expected certain things. And it wasn't the case. People are going to go through things, say and do things. We're spirit beings, and how we feel is universal, can be universal. And so it's not about the Black community doing this or that. Basically, I think all the countries are the same. It depends upon where you are in this avatar. What are Europeans feeling living in Europe? What are they feeling? Did you know that they have people that they have, what do you call it, the refugee problem there, or the illegals being poured in? I heard that one country in Europe are paying the immigrants, what was that, 20, I could be wrong, but something like 35,000, yeah, $35,000 a year. And turn the the camera. I heard that one country in Europe are going to pay the migrants, the recent migrants, $35,000 to leave their country. It is horrible. And I've been in that country 30 something years ago in 1986. I had visited that country in Europe and had a good time. It was very safe. Now it's not safe. It's not safe. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting bad. And doesn't matter what country now. It is pervasive, the immigrants that are being sent to. When something is a deluge and something that is not being handled um, carefully, you're going to choke. Just like you're eating food, you get too much of big chunk, you're going to choke. And a lot of these nations now are choking, and I am frightened for them. What's happening in Europe, it's a smack in their face. And what's happening in the United States is a smack in the face, too. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not about race, it's about people. What about allegedly what P. Diddy did? Allegedly that he did. Is he not a black person? And what did he do allegedly to other people? What about what's his name? Harvey, oh, what's his name? Something, see, I forget his name, Harvey something. Now, did he not do things awful to people over the years? Many years. It was a known secret, and he was allowed to continue doing what he was doing. Who needs that? So it doesn't matter now what you are. You have people, according to the media, are doing things, and it's detrimental. It's detrimental. We're believing these avatars, and we have people like gremlins controlling us, controlling us. And we're putting trust, and I've done the same. I've put my trust in something. Well, I wanted to put my trust into someone because of who they were. I thought just like Monique. It didn't matter going to a black, very concentrated black area. The outcome is the same. The outcome is, they're just people. And my eyes are opening up. My eyes are slowly opening up. Wow. Yeah, that was the last thing I really wanted to say. Yeah, I'm looking at Monique, and I'm hearing her saying over and over again the disappointment. And I've said the same thing, thinking that it's going to be different because we were taught growing up, and I'm much older than Monique. Uh, I was much I thought all the problems was based on my avatar, to say it nicely, my race, and that it was because of somebody else. And that is a lie. People could would people take over and want to take advantage of who they can take advantage of. And that is the consistent truth. Here in Africa, what I've seen, I've seen the those who have and those who are have-nots. That's what I've seen. And you think because it's a black nation that everybody's going to help everybody? It's not a utopia. We are all individuals. We are individuals, and we do what motivates us. All of us have free choice. We all have free choice to do certain things. Not everything that we think is true. Monique is saying all what I thought. We thought we thought we thought who the enemy was. And then Monique is showing what she's been going through. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to any race, any gender. You see with the Hollywood is just a reflection of many people in humanity. That they have a game being played, and they do not have your best interests. I meant to say, yeah. Yeah, we need to wake up, people. We're not who this body really is, this avatar we're playing. Yep. So that's on my mind. And yes, viewer, please, you know, uh, I invite you to give me the thumbs up. And if you have questions or comments that you want to add regarding the things that I shared, yeah, I talked about, boy, I talked about first my update on my dog. He may get his teeth done tomorrow. I had visited him today, um, and he's greatly improved. He was to have the procedure done yesterday, and then he had a fever and not in good shape. Yeah, there's a time and season for everything, and I don't want the anesthesia to overpower him. He is considered an older dog, and if his teeth aren't done, he's just going to have the same symptoms that come back, his infections in his mouth, and then he's not going to eat, and then he's going to lose weight, and that's where things can become dangerous. So um, yeah, I want safety for my little boy, my fur baby, and yeah, I want safety for him, and I want safety for myself and the whole planet. We all need to, we're not. It's not a utopia. We have to make our own utopia. We have to make our own world. And, money is an illusion. Money is what keeps us in the illusion to deprecate ourselves on television or movies, deprecating ourselves. We're more than the avatar. And yeah, we really should care about one another in this game. And um, life is what it is. And yeah, Monique is seeing the same thing that I've been seeing. And we may come across very naive. Yeah, I know that when I hear her, I hear myself. But I think she has a good heart. She has a good heart, I think. And she does care about the community, the avatar group that she is playing. Yeah. So thank you again for listening to this live stream. And please pray for my little boy that if he gets the procedure done, that it all goes well. He has to say a quick healing. And hey, I would love for me and my little fur baby to go on vacation, a little trip. And again, if I need to stay, uh, so let it be, okay? Peace, love, joy, and harmony, and happy Halloween to all you who are in the United States right now. Yeah, Halloween and oh, yeah, you know the date. Yeah, yeah. Be safe, people. Use wisdom. Use wisdom. Use wisdom. Be careful about the candy that you eat. Yep. Don't eat from people that you don't know. Yes. So take care and bye bye.